Hey guys, Dustin here with Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. Today I have a special guest. I'm joined by Zac.
With Nine Line Apparel.
Correct. So Zac is actually up here for a collab we're doing with them. If you haven't heard, we're doing a full build giveaway. So we partnered with Nine Line to make a donation to the Nine Line Foundation, of course, which is dedicated to helping wounded veterans and all that good stuff. So plus, you get entered to win Ready suspension, Anthem wheels, and Toyo tires. So pretty awesome deal there. To get entered to win, customoffsets.com/giveaway, or check out the Nine Line website or the Anthem website.
Yeah.
So we're also back with an episode of This or That. I forgot to tell you that. But we're here. Keaton's behind the camera. He's gonna ask us questions. We're gonna answer them. Let's jump into it.
Base interior, custom exterior, or custom interior, base exterior?
Ooh, so would you rather have a loaded interior that nobody sees unless you open the doors up at a show, or like a work truck package on the inside, but have a decked out exterior?
I gotta have the exterior. I don't really care. Very few people are gonna see the interior of the truck. Everybody's gonna see the exterior.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to disagree because I really thoroughly enjoy creature comforts in vehicles, like heated and vented seats and leather and all that good stuff. However, like Jerry bought a work truck edition, which literally has like power windows. It's 1 year out of crank windows, but it's got like the rubber floor, but it's got like the rubber floor that you can like pressure wash off and stuff. But his exterior looks amazing. I would probably go that direction too, just because it's gonna turn way more heads with a loud exterior on a truck.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
2021 Bronco or clean first gen Bronco?
Oh man.
The clean first gen Bronco.
How can you make me pick though? So we just did a review of the 2021 Bronco yesterday actually, so Tuesday, and I didn't watch the release Monday night because I wanted to be really relevant on Tuesday when we watched it, and I think I'm in love. They look super good, and the EcoBoost under the hood, and like 7-speed manual or 10-speed auto. I'm about all of it.
Yeah, I feel like Ford and Chevy both dropped the. I just dropped.
Whoop! Yes, you did. It's all good.
It's first gen Bronco all the way.
Listen, I was circling back to that. I have to agree with you because the first gen Bronco is fantastic. But I think Ford did something neat with the 2021 Bronco in that they've attacked a market that Jeep has essentially owned. You know, and now there's a spicy little race going on there that I think is going to be really good.
You think that the 2021 Bronco is going to be able to compete with the Wrangler off-road?
I do. I truly do. All right, hold on. Not like the base trim, okay? You're gonna have to go up and get some of the bigger trims. But I think that...
I think a base trim Jeep Wrangler will blow a loaded out 2021 Bronco.
Here's how we're gonna find out. Ford and Jeep, send us both of these. Zac and I will put them through testing for marketing purposes.
How many 2021 Broncos do you think you're gonna see at King of the Hammers?
I don't know. Probably not many.
I think 0.
I don't think it's going to be released
if it's
yet.
There, it's the body with other things.
Real. For real.
What if you could have a first gen Bronco with the EcoBoost under the
Done. Sign me up. I'm about it. Yeah, absolutely. But then if we're going to go that direction, I want the big EcoBoost, not the 2.7. I want the big guy. You know, give me the whole power plant out of the Raptor. Correct. Sign me up. Let's do it.
White truck with chrome wheels or white truck with black wheels?
Both of which can be done really well, I think. Like black and milled, if you're gonna black everything else out, pull the trim off, you know, the chrome trim off, can look good because you have a ton of contrast there. However, that's hot. I love this.
Yeah, I think white with the chrome wheels is clean.
Yes.
Just super clean. The white with, it didn't ask black and milled. It's black.
That's true,
wheels.
he just said black.
And then it looks like you're driving around like a reverse penguin.
Yeah, and with just like black circles because you lose it. Yep.
As long as the white truck is clean and polished,
yes.
the wheels are clean and polished. It's just, there's something about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, hands down, I agree.
First gen Ram dually or fourth gen Ram dually?
Ooh. So the 4th gen Ram dually, I take this back. The 4th gen Ram dually was one of the last offered with the 6-speed. I believe you could get it in the 5th gen for a year or two before they went to all automatics. But I know back in the day, the hotshot truckers, the cattle jockeys, the guys that pulled a lot wanted the 4th gens because you got common rail, 6.7, but also had that standard transmission. So I'm interested. Where are you gonna go with this one?
I think you have to go with 4th gen just because of the advances that were made and everything with the transmission, with
Correct.
the motors, everything. But just like you said, though, you look back at like the 1st gen Dodge Dualies. That's when people that owned Dualies used them.
Yeah.
It's not like now.
Yep.
Where people just have a Dually because it looks cool. Like they were using them for a reason.
You're gonna
to me, it's that whole thing. If you could take the technology in a 4th gen and throw it in a 1st gen,
Yeah.
it'd be awesome. But that's not the question. So I go with 4th gen.
I think if I had to buy one, and it's going to go against everything you just said, but that's why this series is awesome. I would really love to bag a 1st gen dually. They look so good. You pull up, air it out, lay frame, wide, just because they're massive trucks to begin with, and then you set them on the ground, and they're fantastic. I'm about it, especially if they're 2-ton.
And you back right, you can still tow with it.
That's true.
Raise it
That's very true. Just up she goes.
Maybe not as much.
Lifted Escalade or lifted Lincoln Navigator?
Oh, okay. Can I pick neither? I'm not an SUV guy. I'm really
He just asked, would you rather have a lifted Tahoe or Expedition?
I mean, essentially, yeah. I don't know, man. I think if I had to pick one, I would go Escalade.
I would too. The older Escalades, boxier style, look more aggressive.
Yeah.
It works lifted. The Navigators were always rounded off.
Yeah, correct.
Right, kind of like that the
Sleek and kind
I don't
of,
know what
yeah.
gen it was, late 90s, like F-150s, like that slopey dog nose. So yeah, Escalade.
Yeah, for sure. And then of course, like Brad's got that one, and I think he's on
he's built
38s
insane.
or 40s or something. It doesn't look like it's supposed to be there, which is why it's so freaking cool.
Brad's is an Escalade by badging. There's nothing Escalade about that.
Correct.
But it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's incredible.
It's neat.
Built 2020 Colorado or built 2020 Ranger?
Can I go neither?
Okay, so if we're talking only US spec, I would go Colorado because the Colorado gets a ZR2, and the ZR2 is just a fantastic little platform. Even if it is a little bit smaller truck than I would prefer, I'm usually a half-ton or bigger guy, but like the Aussies are doing crazy things with their ZR2s. They're tuning and deleting because they get that little baby diesel, and they're making like 550 foot-pounds in a tiny little truck, and it's awesome. So yeah, I would go that direction, specifically if we're only talking US trucks.
I know very little about either truck, so I have to go just off of aesthetics and appearance. And I think the Colorado's it just looks better.
They're a little bit more aggressive.
It looks more like a smaller Silverado than the Ranger looks like a smaller F-150.
Correct.
Right? The Ranger there's something about
It's
it.
very round.
Feminine.
Yeah. All right. Yep.
Soft features.
Now, if we were talking outside of the U.S., though, I would completely change my answer because then you can get the Raptor Ranger, which is
It's a thing?
yes, it's freaking awesome.
Why is it not the United States?
Because Australia and Europe always get the cool stuff before we do, but they're talking about bringing it here, so it's pretty
that
cool.
might be a different story.
Correct. Yep.
Because then it's going to have, it'll probably have different trim body panels if it's going to be a little mini Raptor.
And it boogies. They put the EcoBoost, the 10-speed auto. It scoops.
Yes.
It's pretty neat. So, cool. Bonus question.
Dream sports car to daily?
I think if you could get into and it's pretty attainable, honestly, but if I had to pick one kind of sports car to drive for the rest of my life, any of the M cars from BMW are fantastic options. The M3s, M4s.
Really clean, luxurious.
Correct. Big enough to be comfortable, still sporty enough to drive quickly. I don't know that I would pick an Italian sports car just because our roads suck here.
For it to be a sports car, does it have to be foreign?
No, it's just got to be fast.
I'd go with the Hellcat.
That's a solid option,
Because
too.
then you're putting the kids in there, you can still go to the grocery store, and you can blow off some steam when you want to.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, correct.
You don't need to go with the Demon. Keep it realistic. Just go with the Hellcat. And yeah.
Yeah, they're great cars, too. I mean, that power plant is super reliable, and they make good power, so.
That would be my answer.
Cool. Awesome. That's another episode of This or That. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, Zach, again, for hanging out with us
Thanks
today.
for having me up here again.
Remember, if you want to get entered for that full build giveaway, customoffsets.com/giveaway is the place to be. We'll put the link in the description down below. And with that, see you next time.